Have you ever scrolled through the news and seen another startup hit $1 billion valuation seemingly overnight? You see the headlines, unicorn status achieved, disrupting the industry, and you think, how did they do that? Was it a single brilliant idea? A lucky break? Or is there something more to the story? Well, get ready, because today we're pulling back the curtain on the startup world. This isn't just about celebrating success. It's about dissecting it. So, if you're an aspiring entrepreneur, a curious investor, or just fascinated by how small ideas explode into global phenomena, you're in the right place. Stick around, because we're about to decode the real startup playbook. First, let's bust a huge myth. The eureka. They start with a problem. A real, nagging, persistent problem that affects a specific group of people. The founders of Airbnb didn't just dream up a global hospitality empire. They were broke designers in San Francisco who couldn't afford their rent. Their problem was money. This solution, it was a simple, practical solution to a personal problem. The hidden truth here is that great startups are born from obsession with a problem, not just love for a solution. They spend countless hours understanding the user's pain points, talking to potential customers, and living the problem themselves. So, the first secret isn't finding a brilliant idea. Now, let's talk about the team. We often hero worship the solo founder, the visionary genius like a Steve Jobs or an Elon Musk. But behind every one of them is a team of absolute killers. The real secret is that the founding team's dynamic is more critical than the initial idea itself. Investors often say they bet on the jockey, not the horse. What makes a great founding team? You need the visionary, the person who sees the future. You need the operator, the one who can actually build the thing and manage the day-to-day chaos. And you absolutely need the seller, the person who can sell the vision to investors, to customers, and to new hires. Without Jobs' vision would have just been a dream. The hidden truth is that startup success is a team sport. Finding the right co-founders, people you trust and who balance your weaknesses, is the most important decision you will ever make. Okay? So you have a problem and a great team. Next up, growth. The truth is much more strategic. It's about finding your growth engine. This isn't about throwing money at 100 different marketing channels. It's about finding the one or two channels that work exceptionally well for your specific product and customer base. For Dropbox, it was a two-sided referral program. They gave you and your friend extra free storage for signing up. It was brilliant because the reward was more of the product itself. For HubSpot, it was content marketing. They didn't just sell software. They became the go-to resource for all things inbound marketing, attracting customers by providing immense value for free. The secret here is relentless experimentation, A/B testing landing pages, tweaking email subject lines, experimenting with pricing. They are obsessed with data. They measure everything, learn from the results, and double down on what works. They don't guess. They test. This methodical, data-driven approach to growth is what separates the startups that fizzle out from the ones that explode. It seems like the goal of every startup is to raise millions of dollars from venture capitalists, or VCS. But here's a secret that many top founders will admit privately. VC money is not always the answer. In fact, for many businesses, it can be a curse. VCs expect massive exponential growth because their business model depends on finding the next Google or Facebook. This pressure forces you to grow at all costs, sometimes before your product is ready, before you've found product market fit. The hidden truth is that bootstrapping, or building your company using your own revenue, is an incredibly powerful strategy. Companies like Mailchimp and Basecamp bootstrapped for years, focusing on building a great product and a profitable business before ever considering outside funding. So, before you chase the VC dream, ask yourself if it's the right path for you. Is your goal to build a solid, profitable business, or are you aiming for world domination? There's no wrong answer, but it's a critical choice. Let's dive deeper into a concept that is the holy grail for any startup. He said you can always feel when you have product market fit. The customers are buying the product as fast as you can make it. Usage is growing. You're hiring support and sales staff as fast as you can. It feels like the market is pulling the product out of you. Conversely, you can also feel when you don't have it. Sales cycles are long, deals don't close, and word of mouth isn't spreading. The hidden truth is that achieving product market fit is not a one-time event. It's a process of listening and adapting. The founders of Slack thought they were building a video game. They realized the tool they built for themselves was far more valuable than the game they were trying to sell. They pivoted, focused entirely on the communication tool, and that became Slack. They listened to the market, which in this case was their own team, and realized where the real value was. The secret is to be brutally honest with yourself. Is the market pulling your product from you? If not, you don't have product market fit, and no amount of marketing or sales will fix it. You have to go back and fix the product. Building a startup is one of the hardest things you can do. It's about having an almost irrational belief in your vision when everyone else tells you it's impossible. But it's also about having the humility to know when you're wrong. You need to be stubborn on the vision but flexible on the details. The founders who succeed are not the ones who have all the answers. They are the ones who are the fastest learners. They are constantly seeking feedback, reading, talking to people smarter than them. It's a marathon of sprints, and only those with the mental fortitude to endure the journey make it to the finish line. It's a combination of a deep obsession with a real problem, building a complementary and resilient founding team, a methodical and data-driven approach to growth, making smart and strategic decisions about funding. And underlying it all is the founder's mindset, a unique blend of stubborn vision. The startup journey is messy, chaotic, and incredibly difficult. But by understanding these hidden truths, you're not just learning how billion-dollar companies are built. You're getting a blueprint for turning any idea, big or small, into a reality. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this gave you a real look inside the world of startups, and I want to hear from you in the comments. What do you think is the most important secret to startup success? Let's get the conversation started.